Okay, so we've talked quite a bit about emissions and biomass. What we haven't really talked about is where you get that biomass from. So the biomass technologies obviously are slightly different, that they use a fuel, so you have to purchase a fuel. Up until now, you've been able to purchase your fuel or acquire your fuel from pretty much wherever you like, and you haven't had to tell Ofgem about it. From autumn 2014, everyone, and this is retrospective, so anyone that's already put in a biomass system will now have to declare where their biomass is from, and in all likelihood have to purchase their fuel from an approved list. So this is known as the approved suppliers list. Basically, it's DEC's way of managing to make sure that any biomass fuel that is used is produced sustainably. So we don't end up with, yes, we're using renewable heat, but the amount of greenhouse gas emissions we're using to actually create, process, transport all that biomass fuel is ridiculous. We have no handle on it. This is their solution to that. So this could mean fairly bad news for people that are involved in forestry or perhaps have their own woodland and are kind of cutting down logs and then selling them. Anyone that wants to use those logs in an RHI supported system won't be able to unless they're on the approved suppliers list. Yeah.
What if you're using your logs from your own land?
Okay, so logs from your own land are different because that's automatically specified as sustainable. So but what you wouldn't be able to do is sell those logs to anyone else. So you could use them yourself. This is a quite grey area at the moment. DEC, I'll come back to you in a second. DEC are currently out to tender for an organisation to actually run this list. It's a £800,000 tender if anyone is interested in running that. And that's to run the list, to manage the audits of the people that are supplying the fuel, and to, in all other sort of senses, be the go-to place for biomass fuel in the UK. So that list was due to be up and running by the spring. So we'll see if that happens, given that, as far as I'm aware, no one's even been allocated with the task of developing the list. We're still unsure as well about how that works with pellets, given that pellets are produced to particular standards, and if those pellets are produced to a particular standard, what's the issue with reselling those through retail or whatever? How does that work? So I know there's going to be a lot of questions about how a business might evidence its supply chain. How much does it cost to get on this list? What do you have to do? Is there a minimum amount of fuel that you have to be producing? How would me as a small woodland owner that sells bags of logs, what does it mean for me? We don't know. Bearing in mind this is going to be up and running and sort of shrined in regulation by the autumn, and we don't know the answers to any of those questions yet. So one to definitely watch, but it is retrospective, so that's the main thing.
This is for non-domestic, because I'm just thinking about people with
everything.
So the people that bought solid log boilers, biomass, you buy the trailer of logs from Ted down the road.
Yeah. Ted down the road's going to have to look at this very carefully. Because they have to be able to, and again, we don't know what the declaration of that year on year is. Is it just the person who owns the boiler signing something online to say, I declare that I'm buying my fuel from someone off the list? Do they have to supply receipts? Do they have, we just don't know what evidence people have to provide. But this is a big change. And it means that anyone that's already installed a boiler under the scheme will still have to comply. So it's very unusual for them to do that, because this is seen as such a big element of the RHI, i.e., we need to be sure that you know what the greenhouse gas emissions that this incentive is actually kind of stimulating. You need to know that. The only way of knowing that is through something like this. Yeah, just quickly.
What's there stopping, on a domestic level, someone buying them from Ted down the road and saying, yes, they're my own logs, I've got a wood somewhere, that's what I do?
Well, it's a good question, but as part of declaring that you're self-supplying, there's probably going to be an element of this which will ask you for a map of your woodland. It will probably ask you for a map of your access roads. I don't know, I'm just going on what I know about Ofgem. There won't be much room to wiggle through that. They will want to be sure.
Tim, can I just throw out, where should we be looking to get where's this information about where this is going to happen?
That's a very good question. Ted's as good a bet as any, because at the moment, Dec put this out. It's out to tender. Someone's going to have a very quick job of setting this up. getting it populated, and getting awareness of it out there. So by all means stay in touch with us, because we'll obviously make sure that we're up to date with it. But at the moment, that's all the information we have in this event. Okay, that's it. As I've said, there are other Ready for Retrofit events available, so if this hasn't completely put you off, then by all means take a look at what's coming up and engage in further support. We're all here now over lunch and for the next hour or so, so please come and chat to us. Failing that, it's the Renewable Energy Marketplace in April, not too far away. If anyone's interested in further details on that, come and see us. Thank you very much for your patience, and yeah, we'll see you all again soon, I'm sure.